Okay, everybody. Feel like we're all ready to go on this mock draft. So let's get going. I will randomize the order. No, we'll just get started. IP Shade 45, you ready to go? Hope so. Jorge, you ready to go? I hope so. By the way, any home run hitters? We gave out our long ball long shots of the day. Here they are. We're about to do our fantasy football mock draft, but before we do, here are the stolen base picks that we like today. And here are the long ball long shots of the day we like. So Jorge, there you go. Okay, everybody get ready. We are about to get started. Our fantasy football mock draft. If you guys wanted to get in it, final seconds. I'll give you one last chance. If you want to get in on this fantasy football mock draft, DM us, Fumble Sports on Instagram. Last chance for anybody who wants to get in. Make sure that you hit us up. Last chance, Fumble Sports on Instagram. You can participate in this mock draft. Final minute to get in. Feel like we're ready to go. Okay, everybody, let's do it. So, fantasy football mock draft, we are getting started. Are you sure? Yes, we are. Jefferson comes off the board first. Wide receiver comes off the board first at picks 1 and 2. Very interesting. IP Shade 45 is officially on the clock. IP Shade 45, a loyal viewer here at Fumble Sports. IP Shade 45 is on the clock. We will be doing these mock drafts almost every single day, so if you guys want to participate, make sure you hit us up. We are more than happy to share the link with you guys so you can be a part of our daily fantasy mock draft. We will do a mock draft almost every day. IP Shade 45, waiting on you to make your selection. IP Shade 45 taking the full clock. Jorge waiting.
Come on.
Time's up. Man, Cooper Kupp, clearly not a pick that you would have wanted if you had been participating. Austin Eckler is the pick that Jorge went with. Good call. Oh, too bad. Mahomes, it's a 12-team league, so Mahomes went right before my pick. Would have considered him. Instead, I'll look towards running back. I'm going to go with Nick Chubb. I'll go with Nick Chubb with my first overall pick. I'm picking last in this first round. I do like Chubb. Feel like that's a really solid way to start. I have back-to-back running backs. I feel like I don't really want to go with too big a risk, so I'll go with Ramondre. I'll do it. I'll take Derrick Henry. It wasn't one I was going to, but I'll take Derrick Henry because I'm just assuming I can get another running back in a little bit. So I doubled down. I went Chubb and Henry to just what should be 2 first-round picks. So felt good about that. Jorge is now on the clock with IP Shade 45 next. Jorge goes with a wide receiver, and clearly a couple players that I like as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Eckler, 2 players that I like. Let's see how these teams have gone. By the way, IP Shade 45 on auto, not bad. Okay, I'm back on the clock. I have the 2 running backs that I got in the first round with Chubb and Henry. I will definitely get another running back here. I don't know which one it's going to be. I'm going to make it Travis Etienne. That's what I'm going to be. I got 3 running backs, Chubb, Henry, Etienne. I love that trio. I'll also look at wide receiver. I'll double down on the Jaguars, and I'll take Calvin Ridley. So I'll be two Jaguars there. You can see how this mock draft is playing out right now. Jorge making his selection. Jorge has players I like. Jorge is very much tailing a couple players that I like in Eckler, St. Brown, and Gibbs. Where's Jorge going to go with this one? Went with Trevor Lawrence. Good pick. Good pick. Okay, but Fumble Sports is now back on the clock. I need another wide receiver. I need a tight end. I need a quarterback. I'm going to go Deshaun Watson on my quarterback, believing he's going to have a bounce-back year, plus the combination of him and Chubb. It's nice. I always think to pair a quarterback and running back, you'll get those points. So I'll take Deshaun Watson, though I'm not crazy about him as a person, obviously. And then at wide receiver, I'll reach a little bit because he won't be there in a little bit. I'll take Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'll take him over Lockett, actually. I know Lockett's a ranked higher. I'll actually take Jackson Smith and Jigba just above him. Kyle Pitts was the other one I was thinking of taking. Maybe we'll regret that. Jorge, who are you going to go with? Jorge went with Goddard. Yeah, went with that tight end. Jorge, back on the clock. Curious to know where Jorge goes here. Brandon Ayuk. Okay. I'm going to take Kadarius Toney. That fills out my wide receiver and my running back. I now have 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers. At this point in the draft, I feel really strongly about having those 2 positions locked down with depth. The problem is I'm so loaded on the Jaguars, I don't want to take Ingram. I'm going to because he's the best tight end available. I already have Etienne and Ridley, so I'm going to make this selection. I'm going to draft Evan Ingram. The problem is I'm overloaded on the Jaguars and the Browns, so Ingram and Njoku, who I both like, those aren't great picks for me. I will take Ingram, but I will just say as an asterisk to this mock draft, if I came out of a real draft with this team, I would be trading some of these players. So I will take Ingram. I'm taking the best player on the board at a position of need, but I would most likely be trading one of these players that I got from the Browns or from the Jaguars just because I'm overloaded on those 2 teams. Appreciate you guys joining us. We are doing a 12-team mock draft. It's a PPR league. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. We have been giving out our sports picks throughout the show, but now we're doing this mock draft to help you guys get ready for fantasy football season. I have 3 running backs. I have 3 wide receivers. I have a tight end. I have a quarterback. What do I need? I need depth. At running back, the depth I'd probably go with, I'm not crazy about any of these options if I'm being honest. Herbert's probably the one I like the most, but not crazy about it. Let's look at wide receiver. No one I'm crazy about here as well. Courtland Sutton's probably the best one. I'll take him. Courtland Sutton, probably the best option at wide receiver that's available. I'm back on the clock. I'll go with Dalton Kincaid, and I'll get that backup tight end now. I also need a backup quarterback at some point. But not too many rounds left. I have a quarterback, kicker, and defense. Those 3 picks I know I have to address. Jorge on the clock. Jorge's got a solid team. Goes with Jared Goff as a backup quarterback. There's been a run on quarterbacks right now, so I definitely need to find a backup quarterback at some point. Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff, 2 good quarterbacks. Oh, you bastard. Jorge, you son of a... You jumped the gun and you took a defense. You knew what you were doing. Okay, when it comes to a backup quarterback, really nobody gives me good options here. So I'll take Derek Carr, actually, but I'm not crazy about it. I'm taking it purely as a backup. I'll probably drop him and pick someone off the waiver wire later. I've got to go to defense because that bastard that is Jorge took the defense that I liked. But it's okay because I think the Eagles' defense actually might be even better. So I'll take the Eagles' defense. Jorge, you knew what you were doing. Jorge, I'm expecting you to go like kicker right now to be a pain in my butt fumble. Oh, you took Sky Moore. Jorge, he clearly has been paying attention to our shows because he's taken a lot of players that I like. Final 3 rounds of our mock draft. Nico Collins, interesting pick. Okay, I'm only going to take a kicker right now to prevent Jorge from taking the kicker that I want. So, Jorge, suck it. I'm going to go with... they just took Tucker. I'll go with Evan McPherson. I'll take him. And I also... What do I need? I have 2 tight ends. I have 3 running backs, so I actually need another running back. I probably shouldn't have waited this long to get a 4th running back. I'll go with Jeff Wilson or Mostert. Ooh, this is tough. I'm going to go with Jeff Wilson. I think he's going to be the better player, actually, overall. Yeah. No, I'm going Mostert. I changed my opinion. I was flip-flopping between Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert. Final round and a half of our mock draft. Who are you going to take with your final pick, Jorge? Final pick of his mock draft. I think Jorge did pretty well. He took a lot of players I like. Final pick of the mock draft. By the way, Jorge has Austin Eckler, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amari Cooper, Trevor Lawrence, Dallas Goedert, David Montgomery, Jamal Williams, Quentin Johnston, Jared Goff, 49ers defense, Sky Moore, Nico Collins, Jake Elliott, and he just got Osborne. I am the last player on the clock. Can I double up on the running backs of the... Yeah, I'll get both running backs of the Dolphins. And that is our mock draft, everybody. Here is what my roster looks like. Deshaun Watson maybe waited too long to get a quarterback, but my running backs, I locked in Chubb, Henry, and Etienne. My wide receivers are Calvin Ridley, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Kadarius Toney. Evan Ingram's my tight end. McPherson, my kicker. Eagles, my defense. My bench is made up of Sutton, Kincaid, Card, Mostert, and Wilson. I was drafting last, so interesting. Jorge, looking at Jorge's team, Jorge had Austin Eckler, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amari Cooper, Trevor Lawrence, Dallas Goedert, David Montgomery, Williams, Johnston, Goff, 49ers defense, Moore, Nico Collins, Jake Elliott, and Osborne. IP Shade 45, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Waddle, Breece Hall, Justin Fields, J.K. Dobbins. Interesting. Then James Conner, Mike Evans, Jordan Addison, Brian Robinson, Geno Smith, Cole Kmet, Mingo, Bigsby, Bass, and the Patriots. If you guys want to participate in our mock drafts every single day, make sure you hit us up on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Kick, Instagram. Jorge, I thought you had a pretty good team. I thought it doesn't have the star power necessarily. I think it is a good depth-based team. It's one of those that's very balanced. I think Austin Eckler is a really good player, but I think after Austin Eckler, you don't have like a second stud player. That was the one thing I kind of took away from your team. You have one lock-it-in best player on your team, and then you have a lot of what I would consider like top tier 2. I think you're right. You went more for depth than for star power. Interestingly enough, I kind of went in a slightly different direction. Once I knew where I was drafting, I actually kind of went with the star power of Chubb and Henry, even though I wasn't crazy about drafting Henry. So interesting. I usually go with a team more like yours, more depth-based. But that said, we will again do those mock drafts almost every single day. So if you guys want to participate in those, reach out to us. DM us on Instagram, tweet us on Twitter, hit us up. We will get you guys involved in our mock drafts every single day. So hopefully you guys are excited about the results we just got from that.